First section is staff technology, and we have a device update. So I want to thank everybody who was able to get your devices in on time. I know a lot of you struggled, especially that week leading up to it. I know I couldn't give you a lot, and I probably came across as kind of short at times, and I hope I didn't seem too rude. I didn't want to be rude to you. I wanted to help you, and I also had a whole lot of other responsibilities that I had to do on this end of things, so I just wanted to say thank you for persevering. Having all the equipment together at the same time gave us the opportunity to accurately inventory, even discovering some stolen gear. So we did discover some. We've worked to track it down, and we're kind of on that. So that was a bonus for us. And having the equipment all in our hands at the same time, it let us identify concerns and update machines. And we know that there were some delays. People had some things that they were unable to back up that they noted. And so we took extra time because we really wanted to identify areas that needed to be backed up before we could proceed. Rather than providing additional instructions how to back up equipment, we just updated it for staff as part of our process this summer. And while this additional task did take extra time, we think it will save staff time down the road. So in addition, we were able to put all devices on the new network and also add and update printers. We had received an email from the DOE that outlined several safety concerns, online safety concerns, and after reviewing these concerns, we've taken a number of steps to continue to keep the devices and employees of MS-84 safe. While we had the devices, we ensured all of them were patched to current levels. This took additional time to process. We especially needed to do this in case teachers and students are at home and don't have the protection of the school network. When at home, they don't have, the protection. You guys don't have the protection that we have with our firewall, and we take the responsibility of protecting everyone, the people and the devices very seriously by ensuring all the patches were applied before returning. Due to an increase in ransomware attacks, we updated each and every device before it could be used on the network. So while the hardware was turned in, it was all updated. And any hardware that's not current will continue to be blocked from network access to protect our infrastructure. So if you have a computer or an iPad or something that was tucked away, whether it was on purpose or by accident, it doesn't matter, it's not going to be able to get on the network until it gets processed. And so if you try to use it, you won't be able to. But if you need it to be processed, I'll show you there's a shelf outside the tech office that you can leave items in during these COVID times for processing. You just have to have a ticket number to go with them. So we are very lucky in this district to have so many combined years of tech knowledge, and we are so fortunate to have this bank of knowledge and experience. Unlike teaching staff, where we increase the head count based on the student count, this isn't the case with the tech department. We have more than doubled the hardware the school's ever had to support. And as a district resource, our goal is to maintain the resources and functionality of the infrastructure, devices, and the network. And for teachers of those of you working at the school level, we expect you to have a basic troubleshooting skills, such as rebooting devices, unplugging and plugging things in, and you're also expected to use Google like a boss and be proactive problem solvers. So one of your very first strategies should be open Google up. Google it, all right? That's how you use Google like a boss. You just open it up and tell Google what you want. And hopefully Google can be kind to you and help you out as well, okay? It really is like that. Do that, please, before coming to the tech department. We love, solving problems and working with you guys, and we want to try to help make everyone's work a little more manageable while also empowering you folks. The policies and procedures. I am going to leave you to review these. These have not changed in recent years. One thing I do want to note, though, so you're allowed to use your device for incidental personal use. And incidental personal use is defined as occasional personal communications. So while it's allowed, your school-owned device should not be your primary communication device. All right, I want to be clear about that. Your school-owned device should not be your primary communication device. And it should also not be the primary repository for your photos. So the biggest and most widespread concern we saw during the most recent device collection was the concern that you would lose your photos. So we kindly ask that you don't store important photos on school devices. This took a lot of time, trying to prevent loss of data. And we did take the time because we know that data is important to you. But I really am going to ask that you find another spot for your photos, please. Your important photos. And honestly, I don't mind your photos are on there. However, I don't want our department to be responsible for their loss or backing them up, when the time comes. That is a big issue. Let's see. So again, I'm going to let you read through the policies. You will also find these in Targeted Solutions if you have not yet taken a look at it. Again, here's one, no expectation of privacy. So while you are at school, in the district, using district devices or personal devices at the school, there's no expectation of privacy. So you have to just recognize that. Then for our inventory, we have iPads, we have MacBook Airs, we have PC laptops, and then we have a lot of software. Okay, and you can review those things. If you've got questions, you can let me know. This is an important thing. Personal devices, in general, are not going to be allowed to access the district network, and here's why. Due to an increase in school-owned devices on the network is saturated with school devices. Even with our new network expansion, we can't make it any bigger, and we have maxed out our network space and storage. Due to the potential negative impact on learning, personal devices will not be able to access the network during the school day. So we ask that you use the devices for school-related business.